Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What's up, YouTube? Here we are. We're back at it again. After some difficulties, some technical difficulties, we're back to bring you this awesome review of this thing that I got in the mail. I want to show you guys. I appreciate everyone who looked at the first video, subscribed to me. It means a lot, so thank you again. We're going to talk today a little bit about this thing that I got in the mail. Now, as we talked about a little bit in the first video, I've got two drones that I particularly use. One is the DJI Inspire 1 Pro. The second one is the Mavic, and here in front of me is the Mavic. Now, as you can tell, or maybe you can't, this is a pretty small aircraft. It's not big at all. Actually, it folds out, as you can see. I'm going to show you real quick. This folds out, and you can almost put it in your pocket. It folds out here, and then here, and this is it. I mean, this thing is tiny, and it can fly like 24 minutes. Absolutely amazing. So this is one of my go-to drones. It's got a 4K camera. It shoots something like 12 megapixel, I think. I have to go back and look see for sure. But I had to use this the other day on a job because with so many trees, my Inspire just had a horribly hard time trying to get into some of the tight places. The modes on this thing are just unbelievable. But we will talk a little bit more about the Mavic in a later video. What I want to talk about is one of the Mavic accessories. Now, just like anyone else who owns a Mavic, you have your controller that comes with it. Now this is the controller. So you can tell it's not very big. If you fold it out, get the antenna straight. This is a really small controller. It doesn't, but it tells you everything you need to know. The problem is with this particular unit is your phone slides up into here, and then you have a cord that runs down and plugs in the side of your phone, and then it's made so you can look down at your phone here and look at the screen, which is great. However, it forces you to rely on your cell phone for video screen. I, for one, am not a big fan of that. So I started looking for solutions to the problem, and that is, how can I hook my tablet, my iPad, whatever it is you have, into this holder and get it to work right. I will tell you guys that I was almost ready to pull the pin on this particular mount called the Mav mount, and it's pretty cool. It's made out of ionized aluminum. It has a plastic bracket. I'll show you guys a picture. It should be right here. So that is really cool. The downside to that particular mount is it fits well into the controller, but it puts the iPad directly over top of this screen. And this screen tells you everything you need to know. And when it comes up, I'm not sure if it will give the telemetry or what it will give on here, but it gives everything you need to know. It tells you signal strength, it tells you battery life, it tells you kind of everything that you need to know to fly your Mavic. I like to be able to see the controller as I'm flying, and the Mav mount doesn't allow you to do that. So while I'm in the neighborhood for a new bracket, I ran across a post on Facebook on one of the Mavic Facebook groups, and I saw this really cool mount, and the name of it is called the Mavic Vision Mount. I'm going to post a link to them down at the bottom. Check them out, the website. So I got a chance to look at to look at the mount. And I'm like, man, this fits great, and it fits great for a couple of different reasons. One is because the mount, instead of blocking your screen, goes up underneath. I'm going to show you in just a minute how this works. It goes up underneath the screen and it attaches your tablet kind of up here. away from your screen. Now, I contacted the guy who owns the company, told him I really loved it, and said I was going to buy one, and I wanted to do a review of it, and he thought it was a great idea. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about him in just a minute. But that being said, awesome mount. I just got it in the mail yesterday. I haven't even had a chance to open the package. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this thing out of the package. We're going to put it together. We're going to mount the tablet. We're going to do everything we need to do, and then I'm just going to kind of give you guys my opinion of it, and that's really all it is my opinion. But I think you guys who are looking to purchase this type of mount will also be interested. So let's get started. So awesome tube, came in the mail, nice, secure, heavy tube. I like this. So the guy that owns the company, his name is Corey Dunn, and if you're on any of the Facebook groups, you've seen Corey in his and the post he has. Corey works really hard at these. This is a new company for him. He 3D prints every one of these mounts by hand. I should say by hand, but on his own. And so turnaround time isn't always the best, but he does what he can. He's not a slouch by any means, but if you order it, on a Monday, it might take him a week or so to get it to you. So just bear in mind, he's a single operator owner. He owns this company, and he prints these when he's not working his full-time job. So, and I just want to say, as a caveat to all this, is I'm not being paid to review this at all. I bought this mount. I paid my money for it. He didn't give me anything. So I want you guys to know this is as unbiased of an opinion as one can get. I did get a funny comment from him. I was talking to him last night, and he said he had to make some changes because he sold one of these mounts to a Boeing engineer, and the guy said he could build a $70 million plane, but he couldn't figure out how to put this thing together. So I'm interested to see how this is going to work. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think the guy just was an idiot. So you get a cool package, Mavic Vision Mount.com. There's a lanyard here. So we'll take a look at this. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. This is a great idea, but in all reality, I mean, it's nice printed up. I mean, he put a lot into this. Nice lanyard. I think, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to use my DJI harness, only because I switch back and forth between the Mavic and the Inspire, and then this is just so much more comfortable than to wear this around your neck. I'm not to say this is bad. I just probably won't use it, but we'll see. So next is. I'm not sure what that is. Let's figure it out. And another mount. As we're going through this, I did a little bit of research, and I'll tell you that I don't know much about 3D printing. It's something I hope to get into at some point, but I don't really know much about it. So this is made out of ABS. Now, I do know what ABS plastic is. This is made out of ABS plastic versus the, I guess, just regular plastic, PLA, versus this is ABS, not PLA, which I understand it to be stronger. So that's good, because if I'm going to put my $900 iPad Pro on this thing, I want it to hold up. Now, while I'm opening this, I will tell you that the Mav mount has its flaws, and its flaws are it's expensive. Okay, it's like $69 for the bigger one, even on sale. And the problem with that is it's not flexible. So if you want to put an iPad Pro or a big iPad, you have to buy the size. It's a bigger iPad. You can't then use it for, say, a cell phone if you don't have your iPad with you. And that's kind of a big deal, because if I'm out at a job somewhere and I need to switch and use my cell phone because I don't know, maybe I dropped this thing and broke, or maybe the battery's dead or whatever, I need to be able to use my phone, and so you have to have different nav mounts, and they're expensive, they're nice looking, but again, they definitely have their flaws. First impression is this thing is pretty beefy. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This thing is It's pretty cool. It is looks pretty well made. Um, it's a lot stronger than I thought it was going to be. So I think these are just some extra. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. These are just some extra pieces for smaller mounts, like maybe a phone or something like that. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe something that's wider because these are real thin. So I have an OtterBox case on my iPad. So I'm probably going to go ahead and switch these out just because he doesn't make a lot of money on these. I think I mean, listen, the price he charges for these things is completely acceptable. Anyone who tells you that, oh, I'm paying $50 for a piece of plastic, well, you're a moron, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is a pretty well-made unit. And if you notice here that this thing slides up and down, okay? So we have, you can fit it for, let me turn it sideways. You can put different, put different mounts. You can put a cell phone on there if you want to. You can put your iPad on there if you want to. I'm going to put this all the way up for the time being. You can slide this all the way down. Let's see here. I mean, this thing's kind of really very versatile when it comes to the different mounts. So let's see how it puts in a controller. So first things first. Again, the downside to this is this thing doesn't have any instructions at all, and maybe it needs to. I don't know. We're going to find out. But maybe just a simple, explanation of how this works might be beneficial. Maybe. Now, when you put this on, you have to make sure that the antennas are up, and that you make sure that the bottom of this does not block the USB, because you're going to need to use that, which is a big deal for me. I hate using the side port, and I hate using the let's see, maybe. Okay, well, I got the bottom in. So Corey, maybe instructions might be, or at least a brief rundown of how this thing fucking works, man. Okay, that's all right. We're gonna get it worked out here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, in theory, this is how it should work. But I don't know. I think once I get this thing put on here. Those of you who are wondering while I'm figuring this out, I am using my Osmo to film this, which is really cool. I love my Osmo. I do. This is I bought this as a vlogging camera, and I hope that it works as well as this is really the first time I've used it as a vlogging camera. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, so it's on, and it's locked on pretty tight, I should say. So it locks on the front. I have the USB on the bottom. Then I have the mount here that I can tighten up. So, I mean, what is this? I'm not really going to edit this a whole lot. So we're looking at 3-4 minutes to initially figure out how to set it up, and that's not bad. Okay, so now that that's on, it looks pretty. And again, you can adjust these up and down to get the biggest size that you need. If you're using a Mac Mini, not a Mac Mini, but a iPad Mini or whatever. So this is my new iPad Pro 9.7 inch, 128 gig CDMA. So I wanted something that could fit with an OtterBox case, and that was kind of the biggest thing. So here we're going to slide this in. Oh wow! Well, this is nice. This sits right down in there. I need to tighten the screw. Let me tighten the screws down here. Push this up and adjust it the way I need it to. So here we are. Here are my thoughts on it. So now we have this mount. And if you guys can tell, this is what it looks like. It looks like it from the side. And this is a... I don't think it's going to fall out. Does it feel like it's going to fall out? But it does have a little bit of an issue, and maybe this is why this is here. I don't want it to slide up and down. So you really have to kind of tighten the screw down for. Now this is this is the iPad, full size iPad. That's a 12, but this is that the bigger one. So I'm looking at this. I like it. I'm going to use it, obviously, but I think the weak point is right here. I don't think this seems awfully, like you really have to crank down on it. Now, I question that again. This is why I like it, and mainly because you notice that the mount goes underneath the screen and comes back up, and so you don't get anything blocking this screen. You can still do that. You can still use this. Now that I've tightened this down, I feel pretty confident that that this will work. I'm not super scared about it now that I've kind of, is it a little flimsy? Yeah, but then again, it's plastic. It is plastic. I mean, so shy of making this thing with, aluminum or something other than plastic, I think this is what's going to happen. So this looks good. The more I hold it, the more I like it. And as I'm flying, I think it's going to take some time to get the angle adjusted exactly where you want it to make sure that that's it. If you are looking for a good mount that is going to hold up to, now I'm be honest with you, I would not, and I don't think it will fit. I would not put the iPad Pro, whatever, the 12-inch. No way. There's no way I would put this on here. It's just too big. It's too heavy. It's really not designed for that. But the same token, the locking mechanism is really holding on to the Mavic well, and I don't feel like it's going to fall off. I mean, there's probably a 1/4 inch of plastic holding it onto the remote. Unless you throw it, you're not really going to, but it's not really going to break. But it's nice having the handles out because it gives you a little more stability, especially as you're flying. This does not get in any of the way of the controls. Okay, guys, this is a little quick update I'm going to put into the video. I just got off the phone with the guy who makes the Mavic Vision mount, Corey. We had a long conversation about what I felt some of the issues were. I think it was only fair to call him and talk to him about this so he knows. And let me tell you, you're going to find mounts and you're going to find products out there where the customer service is unreal, and you're going to find some pretty crappy customer service. Corey is top notch. Yes, there is a little bit of an issue with this mount. Is it a fatal flaw? By no means. Would I like it to be a little tighter? Yes, I would. Let's be clear. I am going to continue to use this mount, and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. Everything is made, and I want to correct myself because this mount is not all 3D printed. There are some laser cut pieces on here. The pieces that clamp to the controller are all laser cut. These are not 3D printed, and therefore they're a lot stronger. This is a very well made unit, and after talking with Corey, I am even more convinced that people who are looking for a good mount for their Mavic should buy this controller, should buy this mount. He does not make a bunch of money off of this. He makes relatively little money off of each one of these that he does by hand. Again, this is not his full-time job. He is an engineer, and he works on this when he can. So we talked about some of the things that he can do to help resolve this issue. Some of the things that I can do to resolve this issue by just tightening up a certain way, and we'll talk a little bit more real quick. Basically, you get it to where you need to do, set it, tighten it. Can you run with this thing and it not move any? No, you can't, okay? But understand that he's constantly evolving this thing. This is like the 3rd generation unit that he's done. So So take it for what it's worth. This guy is going to stand behind his product. He had a 45-minute conversation with me today. Great guy. Doesn't know me from Adam other than just from Facebook Messenger. This product is worth the price. And if you guys are looking for a good mount, I highly recommend it. Again, you know, I'm not knocking anybody else. I'm not knocking a Mav mount. It's a good mount. Let's be real. It's a good mount, but it's different, and it does things that this doesn't do. It is not as flexible as far as what products you can put in it as this is. So if you want to buy a Mav mount, go buy a Mav mount. But I'm telling you, if you want a good mount that's going to hold a variety of different phones and tablets at one price, you need to go with this. Contact him again. Web address is mavicvisionmounts.com. I'll put the description down here, and check it out. Guys, thanks again. Sorry for the late update, but I just felt like you guys should know about it. So thanks again. We'll see you.